The notification came at 7:32 a.m. on Thanksgiving morning. Not a happy Thanksgiving, Mom. Not a thank you for hosting. Just a text from my daughter Ashley. Asterisk, turkey needs to be in by 9. Don't forget the stuffing recipe I sent. And please use the good china this time. Asterisk. I stared at my phone, still half asleep, coffee mug warming my hands. She'd volunteered my house for Thanksgiving dinner 3 days ago. Didn't ask. Didn't offer to help. Just announced it in the family group chat like she owned the place. And now she was giving me cooking instructions in my own kitchen. I should have said no then. But I didn't. Because that's what mothers do, right? We swallow the irritation, paste on a smile and make it work. We cook the turkey, set the table, and pretend we're happy to be bossed around by the children we raised. But what happened by the end of that night? I finally stopped pretending. And the fallout was something none of them saw coming. Before I continue, hit that like button and drop your city in the comments. And if you've ever been disrespected by your own children in your own home, tell me your story. Sometimes knowing you're not alone makes all the difference. My name is Margaret Winters, and for most of my life, I thought I understood what it meant to be a good mother. I'm 56, a recently retired high school English teacher, the kind of woman who remembers everyone's birthday, keeps photo albums organized by year, and never misses a single school play or graduation. I raised 3 children largely on my own after my divorce 12 years ago. Ashley is my oldest at 32, then James at 29, and Michael at 26. I poured everything into them: time, money, patience, forgiveness. I thought that was enough. I thought they'd grow up grateful. But looking back, the signs were always there. The entitlement didn't appear overnight. It grew slowly, quietly, in 1,000 small moments I excused as normal. When Ashley was 23 and lost her job, I paid her rent for 6 months. When she wanted a destination wedding at 28, I drained my savings to help cover it. When she and her husband bought their first house last year, I co-signed the loan because their credit wasn't strong enough. Every time, she said thank you. Every time, I thought we were building closeness. But somewhere along the way, gratitude turned into expectation, and expectation turned into entitlement. My ex-husband, David, remarried 5 years ago to a woman named Amanda. She's 42, bubbly, eager to be everyone's friend, and secretly delighted every time there's tension between me and the kids. She plays the fun stepmom role perfectly. No rules, no discipline, just whine and validation. The kids love her because she never tells them no. She never has to. That's my job. The warning signs about Thanksgiving came early. 3 weeks before the holiday, Ashley called. Not to ask how I was. Not to check in. Just, "So, Mom, we're doing Thanksgiving at your place this year." "Oh," I said carefully. "I wasn't planning to host. I thought maybe we'd." "It's already decided. I told everyone. Your house is bigger anyway." "Ashley, I would have liked to be asked first." "Mom, don't make this difficult. It's Thanksgiving. Family comes together. You're not going to say no to family, are you?" That phrase, "you're not going to say no to family," weaponized guilt, wrapped in tradition. I felt the familiar tightness in my chest, the old instinct to smooth things over, to be accommodating. So I said yes. Of course I did. The days leading up to Thanksgiving were a blur of grocery shopping, deep cleaning, and increasingly demanding texts from Ashley. She sent me Pinterest boards, recipe modifications, seating charts, a list of dietary restrictions I'd never heard mentioned before. When I suggested we keep things simple, she texted back, "Asterisk, Mom, this is my first Thanksgiving as a married woman hosting family. I want it to be perfect." Asterisk, except she wasn't hosting. I was. She was just directing. Thanksgiving morning, I was up at 6. The turkey went into the oven by 8:30. I made stuffing from scratch, mashed potatoes with real cream, green bean casserole, cranberry sauce, 3 pies. My kitchen looked like a small restaurant, every surface covered with dishes in various stages of preparation. My back ached. My feet hurt, but I kept going because that's what you do. You make the day special for the people you love. Ashley arrived at 11 with her husband, Derek. "No, happy Thanksgiving." "No, thanks for doing this." "Just, is the turkey browning evenly? You're watching it, right?" I wiped my hands on my apron. "Yes, Ashley. I've cooked turkey before." "I know, But you always make it a little dry. Did you baste it? Every 30 minutes. She opened the oven without asking, peered inside, frowned. The skin doesn't look crispy enough. Something in my jaw tightened. It has 3 more hours. I'm just saying. She closed the oven, then started rearranging the appetizers I'd set out on the counter. These should be on the table, not here. And where's the good china? In the dining room. I already set the table. She walked in, looked, and sighed dramatically. Mom, the forks are on the wrong side. They're on the left. That's where forks go. The salad fork goes on the outside. Didn't you check the diagram I sent? I stared at her. My daughter. The woman I taught to use a fork in the first place. Now lecturing me about silverware placement in my own home. Ashley, I said quietly, I've got this under control. She pursed her lips. I'm just trying to help. But she wasn't helping. She was managing. Micromanaging. Hovering over me like I was an incompetent caterer she'd hired and was already regretting. The rest of the family arrived around too. My sons, James and Michael, both gave me quick hugs and immediately gravitated toward the TV where football was playing. My ex-husband David walked in with Amanda, who was wearing a sweater dress that looked straight out of a holiday catalog. She kissed my cheek with practiced warmth. Margaret, you look exhausted. Are you feeling okay? Translation, you look old and tired, and I look fabulous. I'm fine, I said. Just been cooking all day. Oh, you poor thing. You should have said something. I would have brought something. No, she wouldn't have. Amanda's contribution to family gatherings was always store-bought wine and compliments for herself. By 3:30, everything was ready. The table looked beautiful despite Ashley's earlier criticisms. The turkey was golden, moist, perfect. I called everyone in and we took our seats. For a few minutes, it felt almost peaceful. Plates were passed. Compliments were given. I allowed myself to relax, just slightly. Then Ashley stood up. Everyone, she said, voice bright and theatrical. Derek and I have an announcement. The table went quiet. She glanced at her husband, who grinned and nodded. Then she lifted the edge of her sweater, revealing the smallest hint of a curve. We're pregnant. The room exploded. Cheers, gasps, clinking glasses. James, but my smile wasn't fast enough. My reaction wasn't loud enough. She saw the half-second delay, and her face changed. You already knew. Her voice cut through the celebration. You're pretending. The table went silent. What? I blinked. No, Ashley, I didn't. Don't lie, Mom. I can tell when you're faking. My heart started pounding. I'm not faking. I'm happy for you. I'm just surprised. Surprised, she repeated, voice dripping with sarcasm. Right. Because you can't just be excited like a normal person. Ashley, I am excited. You always do this. She threw her hands up. You always make everything about you. You can't just let me have this moment, can you? I felt like I'd been slapped. I haven't said anything. I'm sitting here. Exactly. Sitting there with that look on your face. What look? That judgy look. Like you're disappointed or something. I opened my mouth, but before I could respond, Amanda's voice floated across the table, sweet and poisonous. Now, let's all just take a breath. We know someone has a tendency to make things about herself. I turned to stare at her. She smiled innocently, wine glass tilted in her hand like a prop. Excuse me. I'm just saying, Amanda continued. Maybe Margaret is feeling left out. That's understandable. David cleared his throat uncomfortably, but said nothing. Of course he said nothing. I looked back at Ashley. Honey, I didn't know you were pregnant. That's all. I'm not upset. I'm happy for you. Then why didn't you scream or cry or something? Why are you just sitting there like it's no big deal? Because I'm 56 years old and I don't scream at dinner tables, I thought. Because I'm not performing excitement on command. I don't understand what you want from me, I said carefully. I want you to act like you care. I do care. I'm telling you I'm happy. James, my middle son, tried to intervene. Ash, come on. Mom's been cooking all day. She's probably just tired. Michael nodded quickly. Yeah, don't make a thing out of it. But Ashley wasn't listening. She was winding up, getting louder. She didn't have to cook if she didn't want to. I could have done this whole dinner myself. That landed wrong. Very wrong. I set down my fork slowly. Ashley, you volunteered my house without asking me. I've been cooking and cleaning since 6 this morning. She rolled her eyes. I didn't force you. You told everyone we were meeting here. What was I supposed to do? Say no after you'd already invited people to my home. Oh my God, here we go. The martyr act. My chest tightened. That's not fair. You know what's not fair? She leaned forward, voice rising. That Dad and Amanda knew before you. And somehow that's my fault too, right? The words hit me like cold water. I looked at David and Amanda. Both of them suddenly found their plates very interesting. You told them first, I said quietly. So nothing. I just wish you'd told me too. See? Ashley pointed at me dramatically. There it is. You're mad. I'm not mad. You think you deserve to know everything first because you're my mom. That's so typical. I never said that. You didn't have to. I took a breath, steadied myself. Ashley, I didn't say anything wrong. I'm allowed to feel surprised that you told other people before me. That doesn't mean I'm not happy for you. But she wasn't hearing me anymore. She was fully committed to her narrative. I was the villain ruining her special moment. You know what, Mom? She stood abruptly, chair scraping loudly. Maybe you should just leave if you're going to be like this. The entire room froze. I stared at her. Leave? Yeah. If you can't be supportive, then maybe you shouldn't be here. Ashley. My voice came out. Very quiet. This is my house. Her face flushed. So, you're the one making it uncomfortable. I looked around the table. At my sons, who were staring at their plates. At my ex-husband, who looked like he wished he could teleport away. At Amanda, who was watching with barely concealed satisfaction. Then I looked back at my daughter, and something inside me cracked wide open. I stood slowly, pushed my chair back, let the silence settle like snow. Ashley, I said, voice calm but edged with steel. I spent all day preparing this meal. I cleaned this house. I opened my home because you volunteered it without asking me. And I have sat here quietly while you criticized my cooking, rearranged my table, and accused me of ruining your announcement, when all I did was smile and say congratulations. Her mouth opened. Mom! I'm not finished. The room went deathly still. You told me I should leave. From my own home. Because I didn't perform excitement the exact way you wanted. Because I had the audacity to feel surprised that you told everyone else before your own mother. That's not. You don't get to kick me out of my own house, Ashley. Her face went white. I didn't mean. But you know what? I folded my napkin carefully, precisely. I'm done. I'm done being treated like hired help. I'm done being blamed for having normal human reactions. And I am absolutely done being spoken to this way by my own daughter in my own home. I looked directly at her. So here's what's going to happen. You, Derek, and anyone else who thinks I'm the problem here, you can leave. Right now. Ashley's jaw dropped. You can't be serious. I am completely serious. Mom, I'm pregnant. And I'm hosting. But clearly, I'm not doing it well enough for you. So you're welcome to host Thanksgiving somewhere else. Next year, maybe. When you've learned some manners. This is insane. No, I said quietly. What's insane is that I've been apologizing all day for things I didn't do wrong. That ends now. David finally found his voice. Margaret, come on. Let's all just. David, unless you're about to tell your daughter that she's been unbelievably disrespectful, I don't want to hear it. He closed his mouth. I looked at Ashley one more time. You're my daughter. I love you. But you do not get to treat me like this. Not anymore. Not ever again. She stared at me, tears starting to form, but I didn't back down. Not this time. You should go. For a long moment, nobody moved. Then Derek stood, touched Ashley's shoulder gently. Come on, babe. Let's just go. She looked at him, then back at me. I exhaled slowly. Good. Then let's eat. And we did. Without the drama. Without the criticism. Without Ashley's voice dictating how I should feel or act in my own home. For the first time all day, I actually tasted the food I'd spent hours preparing. It was delicious. The next 3 days were silent. No texts from Ashley. No calls. Nothing. My sons checked in. James called that Friday. Mom, are you okay? I'm fine. Ashley's losing it. She keeps calling me saying you kicked her out on Thanksgiving while she's pregnant. I didn't kick her out. She told me to leave. I simply corrected her. I know. I was there. But she's spinning it differently to everyone else. Let her spin it. I know what happened. Dad's saying you overreacted. Of course he is. Michael called Saturday. Mom, Amanda's posting vague stuff on Facebook about family drama and Grace during the holidays. I'm not on Facebook. I know, but people are commenting, asking what happened. Let them ask. You're really okay? Michael, I'm better than okay. I'm finally standing up for myself. By Sunday, the extended family started weighing in. My sister called. Margaret, what on earth happened? Ashley's saying you ruined Thanksgiving. She told me to leave my own house because I didn't react to her pregnancy announcement the way she wanted. Silence. Then, she told you to leave your own house? Yes. And you're the villain in this story? Apparently. My sister laughed, sharp and disbelieving. That girl has lost her mind. Monday morning, I got a text from David. Asterisk, we need to talk about Thanksgiving. Ashley is very upset, asterisk. I replied, asterisk, Ashley is upset because I set a boundary. That's her problem, not mine, asterisk. Asterisk, she's pregnant. You need to be the bigger person. Asterisk. Asterisk, I am being the bigger person. I'm requiring basic respect. That's very grown-up of me, asterisk. Margaret, don't be difficult. I almost laughed. Difficult. The word men use when women stop accommodating them. I didn't reply. Tuesday afternoon. Ashley finally texted. I can't believe you're doing this to me. I stared at the message for a long time. Then I typed, asterisk, I'm not doing anything to you. I asked for basic respect in my own home. When you're ready to apologize for how you spoke to me, we can talk, asterisk. Asterisk, apologize? For what? Asterisk. Asterisk, for telling me to leave my own house. For accusing me of lying. For treating me like hired help instead of your mother, asterisk. You're being ridiculous. Then I guess we have nothing more to discuss. I put my phone down and went about my day. Made tea. Read a book. Didn't check my messages. For the first time in years, I felt light. A week later, James came over. We sat in my kitchen, the same kitchen where I'd spent Thanksgiving morning being criticized, and he said something that surprised me. Mom, I'm sorry. For what? For not saying something sooner. Ashley's been treating you like crap for years, and we all just let it happen because it was easier than dealing with her meltdowns. I set down my tea. You noticed? Of course I noticed. We all did. But every time someone tried to call her out, she'd cry or get angry, and it wasn't worth the fight. So we just let her keep doing it. And that wasn't fair to you. My throat tightened. Thank you for saying that. She needs to apologize. Really apologize. Not just, I'm sorry you felt that way. An actual apology. I'm not holding my breath. You should. Because if she doesn't, she's going to lose you. And she's too stubborn to realize that right now. 2 weeks after Thanksgiving, Amanda sent me a Facebook friend request. I declined it. Then she sent a message. Asterisk, I think we got off on the wrong foot. Can we talk? Asterisk. I replied. Asterisk, we didn't get off on the wrong foot. You've been condescending to me for 5 years. If you'd like to have an honest conversation about that, I'm open. Otherwise, no thank you, asterisk. She didn't respond. 3 weeks after Thanksgiving, Ashley called. I almost didn't answer, but something made me pick up. Mom. Ashley. Silence. Then, quietly, I'm sorry. I waited. I'm sorry for how I spoke to you. I'm sorry for telling you to leave. I'm sorry for everything. Why are you apologizing now? Because Derek told me if I didn't, he was going to. Because my therapist told me I was wrong. Because I've been thinking about it every day and Her voice cracked. I don't want to lose you. I closed my eyes. Ashley, you hurt me. Badly. I know. You treated me like I was nothing. Like my feelings didn't matter. Like I existed only to serve you. I know, Mom. And I'm so sorry. Being pregnant doesn't give you permission to be cruel. I know. And I need you to understand something. I took a breath. I will always love you. But I will never again accept being treated that way. Not by you, not by anyone. If you can't respect me, We can't have a relationship. I understand. Do you? Really? Yes. Her voice was small, genuine. I do. We talked for an hour. Really talked. She explained that the pregnancy hormones had her emotional, but she knew that wasn't an excuse. She admitted she'd gotten used to me always giving in, always accommodating, always being the one to apologize first. I thought that's what moms did, she said. Just took it. Not anymore, I replied. Not this mom. Christmas came. Ashley and Derek came over, cautious and polite. She brought flowers. She helped in the kitchen without criticizing. She said thank you 17 times. When she left, she hugged me tightly. I'm sorry, Mom. For real. I know, baby. We're okay. And we were.